All right. Good evening, everybody. Today's session is all about ankle mobility, working on the dorsiflexion and also working on the toe alignment. Typically, on your toes, if you have any kind of slight angle as your toes toe inwards, like coming in like that affects your whole kinetic chain all the way up your body. It affects the way your arch is, it affects your ankles, affects your Achilles, calves, knees, and hips. So the more angle your toes are going inwards, the more it twists that muscle. It's like doing a bicep curl like this and do the reverse bicep curl. The reverse bicep curl is more difficult to do because it twists that bicep. So as your toes start to toe in more, it twists those muscles. So I'm going to show you how to get proper toe alignment and also work on your dorsiflexion at the same time. So we're going to put these, that's called a toe band, and we're going to put the toe band around each big toe so we can pull it into alignment. So if it's out of alignment, we're going to pull it into alignment. So Andrea is going to step as far as she can to bring that up a little bit more so it can pull on that toe. There you go. And before you do any of these, make sure you get a clearance through your doctor saying it's okay to do. So today we have a slant board and a toe resistant band. So the angle we have on the board is 20 degrees angle. She's going to pull it apart and she's going to lean forward as far as she can. And we're going to hold that for 60 seconds. Great exercises to help with your toe alignment. So we're going to do a couple different elevation heights, and we're also going to do a couple different exercises that you can follow along at home to help strengthen your ankles, help get your toes back in alignment halfway. Now, these exercises, you can do them every day. When you first do them, depending on how sore you are the next day, you may have to wait till another day before you actually do them. And depending on how painful this is, pulling it back in alignment, you may not be able to go as far as Adrian. So go within mean. So if you, on a scale of 1 to 10, you start feeling 10 is the most tension. You start to feel a lot of tension in your toe. Just go to about a 2.5, 3, and gradually get up to where you can do it like Adrian does. All right, good job, Adrian. We're gonna go up again. So same thing, we're going to work on that dorsiflexion. We went up another 5 degrees, so we're at a 25-degree angle. Same thing, she's going to put it on her big toe and only go as far apart as you can where it's not too painful. So basically, all right, hold it for 1 minute. We're pulling that toe back into alignment. So if your toes are toed in like that resistant, the toe bands, goes around your toe and then pull it as you pull your feet apart. It helps align your toes back into alignment. Now, depending on how much your toes toe in, how much it affects your ankles. But even at a 10-degree, it affects your ankles, your Achilles, your knees, hips, and it'll affect your lower back. So when you start to feeling pain in your knees or your hips because of running or walking, well, start with down here first. This is best. Or do you feel too much pressure in your knee? Start with getting a proper assessment and see if you do have a misalignment in your toes. And you want to work on your toes and work your way up through the kinetic chain so that way you can get rid of whatever you may be feeling. Typically, when you have knee pain, that's just a symptom of something else that's going on in your body. So it's best to figure out what's going on. All right, Adrian, we're going to go up again. Now, you don't have really good dorsiflexion. You may not be able to go this. This is at a 35-degree angle. So you may stay at the 20 or 25 degree angle depending on the individual person. So you can see how high that angle is. Pull it apart. Okay. She's going to hold it for 60 seconds. Great to work on your toe alignment and also your dorsiflexion at the same time. So she's going to hold that for 60 seconds. I would do at least 3 to 6 rounds of 1 minute. If you can't go this high, that's fine. Just whatever you can handle. Lower one, do 3 to 5 sets of 1 minute holds while aligning your toes, and that'll be perfect. How often should you do it? As often as you can. Now, the toe band and the exercise alone won't fix your toe alignment. So investing in good toe spacers, shoes. Also, depending on how pronated your ankles are, you may invest in some ankle braces as well. So it just depends on what's going on with your feet, what you have to do. So don't think this alone will fix it, because you may have other underlying issues that causing your toes. But definitely a good pair of shoes. Look at your ankles, see if they're pronated. All right, good job. Now we're going to actually get into the exercises. So we're going to actually start with the lower one. So this is 15 degrees. Same thing. Get back on there. You're going to put that on your toe. We're going to actually do calf raises. So she's going to put that between each toe. We're going to start off with 30 seconds. Now, make sure when you do these exercises, your 2 metatarsal bones up underneath your foot, one on your behind your big toe, and the other one next to your little toe. Make sure you evenly distribute the weight. So where you see my fingers, that's the smaller metatarsal bone underneath her foot, and that's the larger metatarsal. So make sure when we're doing the calf raises, don't put all the weight on here. Typically, if you have pronated feet, you typically, and what I mean by that, if your tennis shoes show a lot of outside wear on your tennis shoes, you need to put more weight here. So try to evenly distribute the weight. So as she's standing up, make sure weight is evenly. So don't worry about height so much if you can't evenly distribute the weight between the two. All right, let's go. Calf raises, go as high as you can. Let's hold for 30 seconds. We'll start at a little lower angle. As you see, we got the toe resistant bands to help pull those toes back into alignment as we're doing the calf raises. These are great to strengthen your Achilles and your calves. Also help support the knees, and we're working on toe alignment at the same time. All right, let's do 10, slow and easy. 1, a little bit slower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, rest. We'll do 2 rounds of this height. We're going to rest for 30 seconds, and then we'll go up a little bit higher on the next set. So try to do 2 sets for each height, or as high as you can go without putting too much tension on it. Your ankle's so strong. All right, second set, Andrea. Same thing. She's going to get on the slant board. Make sure when you raise your feet, you're not putting all the weight on one side. Ready? And you can do it against the wall for support too. We're going to do it for 30 seconds. Make sure the weight is evenly between both sides of your feet. Pull that toe band as far as you can to straighten out your alignment in your toes. Hold that for 30 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 reps. 1, go slow and easy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. All right. We'll do one more set. Well, 2 more sets. So we went up to the next angle. And this, try to do 2 sets at the lower, 2 sets at this height, 2 sets at that height if you can. You may not be able to do it with your socks on as you get higher. So if you're doing this at home, just do it barefooted or invest in some barefoot shoes or barefoot socks that actually has a grip so you can help grip it. So we're just going to do one more at this height so y'all can see it. And just when you work on it at home, just like anything, the more consistently you work on it, you'll see more improvements over time in a short period of time. Now, ready? We're going to hold it for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, good. Now, don't expect to fix your toe alignment in months. Now, it may take anywhere between 6 and 9 months, but consistency, wearing toe spacers, wearing the proper shoes, doing the proper exercises. If you have to wear also ankle braces as well, all that plays in the factor of trying to get your whole foot, your toes, your feet, your ankles, all that back into alignment. If you fix your lower extremities, especially starting with your foot, all right, give me 10 slow, then you can start fixing your knees, your hips, and your lower back. So I'm going to lower this down and go over explanation. So typically, if you stand like this, you walk like this is the proper way you should be walking. When you have misalignment in your feet or your ankle, give you one example. Record yourself or have somebody record you when you're not paying attention. If you toe your feet out like this, what they call duck walk, run, walk like that, that's not good because as you're walking and running, you're putting pressure on your knees. So when you come down, you're not in alignment. So when your feet toes out, it changes the whole dynamics of your alignment and affects your whole kinetic chain all the way into from your knees to your hips to your back. So even when you do squats, goblet squats, if you have a hard issue trying to squat like this, you need to start with your feet and ankles. A lot of time it is your toes and ankles. A lot of people say, well, I can't squat unless I do like this. Well, over time, that's what happens. You can't squat like this because your knees go inwards. So when you go inwards, you either have to do a super wide stand to be able to squat, but your knees bow in because you're used to walking like this. So when you turn your knees in, what happens? Your knees knock in. So if you work on your toe alignment and your ankle, that will help fix that. So that's what we're working on now is with the toe alignment. So typically the knee that hurts the most or the knee that you're having problems with is typically the foot that actually angles out the most. So say, for example, if my left knee is hurting in the inside, typically my foot is pronated or toes out more than this one. This might toe out a little bit, but I walk or run like this when you should be doing this. Work on your total alignment. So that's why we're making this video. Now, There might be other causes too, but I'm just talking as far as in general. Now, people that walk inwards like this, that's a whole different story. Or when you walk like that, that's a whole different story. So I'm just talking about as far as the toe alignment goes. All right, we'll do one more set. So when we're trying to correct these body toe alignments and stuff like that, start with your toes and work your way up. You'll realize how the pain start to go away. Now it won't fix the alignment overnight, but the pain after 2, 3, 8 sessions or the irritation that you feel will start to go away. Ready? We'll hold it for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, up. If you're only doing this once or twice a week, you're going to get what you get out of it. It may take you years to correct the toe alignment, but work on it consistently. If you're not sure, follow along the videos, leave me comments. Um, Everything you can buy on Amazon. You get you a slant board. This is a wider base slant board. It holds up to 500 pounds. You may not need that. Just get what according to what you feel comfortable with yourself. All right, 10 reps, slow. All right, good job. Rest. Now the next exercise we're gonna go to, again, we're gonna work on dorsiflexion and also toe alignment. So we're gonna rest. So next one you're gonna do, you're gonna get back on there. Instead of the calf raises, you're gonna do the toe raises. Pull it apart and we'll do each angle. So we'll work on dorsiflexion, toe alignment at the same time. All right, let's go. So the next exercise for your toe alignment, we're gonna working on the toes, getting some mobility and while it's in alignment, and work on the dorsiflexion as well too. So when we went back to a lower height, try to only use your big toe. You're gonna give me 50 big toe raises. Ready? Go ahead. 1, 2, 3. You may not get this high. We've been doing this for a while, so whatever you can give me. If you can't do your big toes without your little toes coming up, you can squat down or have some family member, friends hold your little toes down. The more you practice this, then you won't have to hold those toes down. So she's going to get 50 big toe raises. All right. Now she's going to go into just doing the small toes. So do 50. These, because we're doing 50 reps, you don't have to worry about doing one set. If you can't raise your 4 little toes without your big toes coming up, again, you can bend down if you're able to bend down and hold the big toes, or you can have somebody hold them down for you. You so good, Adrian. You've been practicing, huh? So I don't really have to hold her toes. She's got good control. And that's that mind-body connection too. If you don't use it, you will lose it. So it's great to exercise those toes. Even though I'm doing my fingers, I'm at toes. 50. All right. All right, we'll go up the next height. So we won't do 50 this, we'll just do 25 so you can see on the video. Same thing, just keep going up as you get more comfortable. If you're not able to go that high, that's fine. Do one more set low, a little lower, and then work your way up. We'll just do 25 on this one. These are great before exercises, before your workouts, before your walks, before you go to work. Great to do at home. All right. 25 little toes. Ooh, she's good. All right. That's it, Andrew. So this concludes the video today. Again, if you want to go up, continue as high as you can go, but each level just do 25 reps. So thank you, Andrea. You have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye.